So I was in Manhattan today, on the Upper West Side, and I stopped in the store. I was going to buy myself some sushi, and this Rav walks in, and he orders also lots and lots of sushi. So I look at him and I said, you know what the good stuff is, right? The sushi. And he says to me, oh, it's not for me. I don't even like fish. So I said, so who's all that sushi for? He said, it's for my wife. He said, I really owe it to her. You know how many shifts of carpool she did today? And I looked at him and I said, you know what? You've inspired me to make a little video. So this is the video that I told him this afternoon that I was going to make. You know, there's a lot of things that couples have to be makir tov, express gratitude to each other for, whether it's working, bringing home a paycheck, having supper ready, taking care of the kids. But one of those things that seems to be like a filler project is carpool, right? In between work or before work or during work, you run and you do carpool. So I wanted to say, and it's right before Rosh Hashanah, and my wife does a lot of carpool sometimes. She says her entire day feels like all she did today was do carpool. I felt like I wanted to make a video to express gratitude for all of the women, all of the wives, all of the mommies who spend hours and hours and hours and hours in the carpool line, going from neighbor to neighbor, picking up one child after the next. And if you have multiple children, and if they go to multiple schools, then the entire day could certainly be spent doing carpool. And by the time the wife finishes carpool, it could be 10 or 11 o'clock by the time she gets home. And she gets up early in the morning and she goes and brings the kids. And there's one kid and he's got to be brought with the carpool and pick up 5 of his friends. And then another school, maybe for the daughter, begins a half an hour later, and her kids need to be picked up, the people on that carpool. And it can literally feel like you spend hours and hours, and sometimes you hit traffic, or you're behind a garbage truck, or you're behind a school bus that stops every few seconds, it feels like, just to pick up more kids. And here you are in carpool, and if you do multiple carpools in one day, so then you feel like you're running behind, because now I'm behind a garbage truck and I'm trying to get these kids to their school, but then I have to run back and pick up the other kids, and I'm going to be late for them, and then the parents are going to be upset at me. And carpool is incredibly stressful, and it's incredibly time-consuming, and it's difficult. Now, thankfully, we have the Gemara that says, Lav Yischar L'Mevi'eim, that the women, Nashim B'Mezachin, how do women get their extra schar? Let's say you're in a relationship where the man works and the woman stays home. Sometimes it's not like that, but sometimes it is. And staying home doesn't mean staying home and putting up your feet. Very often it means bringing one kid after the next to school, or at the very least, it means waiting outside with them for the bus that may or may not show up, that may or may not have come early today, so you're waiting for nothing. Hearing the kids complain, last minute tests that weren't signed, it's winter, it's freezing, you didn't come properly prepared. There are some kids inside still eating breakfast, other kids are already outside waiting for the school bus, and you're running and trying to get things signed and boots put on, and buses not missed, because if you miss those buses, then you have to drive carpool, and it wasn't even a carpool day. It's very, 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 very difficult. And number one, as a husband and as a man and as a father, I want to personally express my akar satov to my wonderful wife who does carpool with a smile, and it's difficult, and going from house to house and making sure that the kids come and they're there on time, and that everyone's happy and everyone's picked up and there's no miscommunication. I want to give akar satov because it's hard work. It's not easy doing carpool. And for all those people who are watching who benefit from the spouse doing carpool, you should go and buy them a really nice present, because they deserve it. Because carpool is not just tough, but it doesn't even feel as rewarding as quote unquote going to work and doing something that's finish that you could complete. You bring the kids, you feel like a chauffeur. And some days are just horrific. And you come back and you feel emotionally exhausted after Carpool. And I get it. So first off, a great big thank you to my wife for doing Carpool for all of these years and for juggling it and doing it happily. Here's from me to you, to all the Carpool people out there who do this day after day, a big yasher koach. Thank you very much. It's amazing what you do, and you do it with a smile. And by doing it like that, the kids feel good. They come to school in a better mood. And we say thank you to you. And we hope that everyone has a beautiful and sweet and delicious and wonderful New Year.